Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Right now Bitcoin is about to break all-time highs and we're about to hit to our target here, which has been this median line at around 100k, 96k right now for a very long time. Thank you guys, everybody that's been following this journey. We're still sitting long here in the Bitcoin. Be careful guys, I see a lot of big YouTubers have been calling this whole time for a crash. They have been calling for 40k, 50k because this is what sells, fear sells in this market, especially when we've been shopping around for around 6 months here. A lot of people have been getting tired of the bull market, so I see a lot of people have been calling for a crash to get clicks, to get views. But right now, as we've been talking about, these highs were just a matter of time before we took them out. As I said, there's a lot of stops over these highs here. And currently, as I said, once we start breaking these highs, it's going to act as a domino effect and price is going to skyrocket. And that's exactly what we are seeing right now. We can see here the last highs we have here at around 74,000, which we're about to hit. But we see here how now price is just skyrocketing. So this has been our outlook right now. If we come back on the weekly chart, everybody's asking me, what's your outlook, Cobra? On the macro chart, it has been from the previous bull market to the previous bear market lows to the bull market highs to the recent bear market lows. And as I said, our first prediction was that this is going to be the bull market top, but since we hit it before the halving, I still do believe we're going to have one more final fifth wave to the upside, hit 95,000, maybe 100,000 depending when we reach it, and that's most likely going to be the top. Before guys you lose your mind and say my target is way too low, I still have higher targets. A lot has to do with what the stock market is going to do. So we can see the stock market and Bitcoin is correlated. I have an insane bullish target on the stock market. I still think the stock market could do another 20% to the upside, hit this median line here before we top, and most likely Bitcoin is going to correlate. So I'm still looking what the stock market is going to do, but if I just had to look at the Bitcoin chart, I will follow this median line here. There's a small possibility that we could switch this median line here to the COVID lows, and this would give us a higher target at around 140, maybe 150,000 depending when we reach it. But for now, I'm definitely going to look at this median line to open short here or to take some profits, because either way this is going to be strong resistance, even if it's going to be the bull market top or not. So far my trade is going good guys, so just follow the ride here and you can see I'll just be transparent with you what I'm gonna do with this trade and where I'm gonna sell my Bitcoin. So let's jump into the shorter time frame chart here on Bitcoin. So here on the daily time frame, we've been talking about this pitchfork forever since the bear market lows, since the first wave to the third wave down to the fourth wave. Right now we're heading towards this median line, which is sitting at around 74,000. So guys, our analysis has been on point. Let's just enjoy for a second guys. I'm really happy how our analysis has been played out. Our targets have been from the shift one here. We hit the midline on the shift one, we shorted the way down. Then we spoke about the modified shift, which we shorted live on stream. I took profits at around 77k. I closed my short, and right now we got a daily close, which we covered yesterday in the Discord. We did a live stream inside the Discord, so make sure to join if you want to catch the live streams. I said once we get the daily close, it's going to be bullish. We can see we barely got a daily close above, and I said the next target is the original, which we've been talking for a long time. He's here 75, 74k. The crazy part is guys, don't get confused. I've been bullish this entire time. All my videos I'm talking to you, I'm still long here, holding my long, but we are calling every top while being bullish at the same time. There are very few people that do that. Not to brag guys, but I'm really satisfied with how my analysis has played out. So the idea has been, if we add back the shift pitchfork, which previously was resistance here, the idea was that we have some kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fifth wave. We can even come here and add from the first wave to the third wave. We've been adding the Fibonacci tool, and I said here's an excellent area to go long at the median line. Nice correlation with the 0.31, and we can see how well that has played out. The fifth wave right now is going up here, currently hitting this minus 0.236. We can zoom in here back on the to the 4 hour. We can see also, as I said, fourth waves like to go sideways. That's exactly what we got. Right now Bitcoin is breaking to the upside. I'm gonna jump into even smaller time frames here to see where we can expect the shorter term top. But so far guys, we can see the power of median lines and Fibonacci. We can also see in the past guys how we called the low back here. I called it inside the Discord, which we had from the low highs here to the lows to the recent highs here. First we used the shift one, we got a small bounce, then we switched to the original. So this is the entry of my long that you see here on the chart. So people are asking me, how did I enter this long? This is, I shared it inside the VIP. So the long I entered purely based on this median line here. Then the second wave we also called out live on YouTube, from the lows here to the highs. I said the 0.31 here is going to act as support, which it did. So if you're not long this market, guys, I've given you plenty of opportunities. People are asking me, can I long here? Yes, guys, you can long, but it's not a good idea to long on green candles. So just be aware of that, even though I still believe we're going to go to the original pitchfork, which I've been talking about for a long time, 74, 75K. I'm definitely going to look to short this because I do believe we're going to have some small pullback here. We can remove the fibs here for a second. Right now, we're going to expect the fifth wave to finish. I still believe some push here, just barely break the all-time highs here. Everybody's going to FOMO in here. Algorithms are going to start dumping. We're going to get a bigger pullback that I'm planning to short as a hedge. I'm still holding my long. I still see we're going to 94,000, 95,000, guys. That's my outlook. Don't get confused, but shorter time frame here on the daily, I still see 74K going to be heavy resistance. If we also zoom in here and add this pitchfork. So this pitchfork I posted yesterday as well. So we had from the lows here to the highs and to the recent lows. And yesterday I spoke about, not yesterday, I think a few days ago, we spoke about the modified shift pitchfork. So we talked about how the modified shift here is going to be resistance if we get a 4-hour close below, as I posted in the Discord, and we can see what a nice pullback we got since then. And after we broke the modified shift, I just switched to the original, and right now Bitcoin is about to hit this original pitchfork, which personally I didn't even pay attention to this pitchfork because I never thought it's gonna go there so quickly, but it went there much quicker than I thought. So sometimes this pitchfork definitely can surprise you in ways that you wouldn't even imagine. Like sometimes you don't even realize it, but we can see here, I do think this median line is gonna be some resistance, so be careful if you're longing here. So if you have a entry that is high up, just be careful of that because you might see a pullback here soon. So my outlook is something like this. I do think we're going to hit this median line here. We're about to hit it. You can also check the logarithmic scale. It's slightly higher. I do think most likely we're going to top here somewhere soon. Have some kind of pullback here, depending how low we're going to go. I would like to see not too steep of a pullback because, as I said, right now we're taking out of stops here. If we come back on the weekly chart, all these highs right now we're taking them out, and Bitcoin is going to start to skyrocket in my opinion. So I do think some small pullback we can see here from this median line, but overall I'm still expecting here Bitcoin to continue to climb to around 74,000 area, and here I'm going to look to open some kind of hedge short to the downside. So ideally, let's go back here on the daily. So as I spoke again on the daily, we had, if we switch back this pitchfork to the shift pitchfork, I'm trying not to confuse you guys with too much info here, but we can see this shift pitchfork gave us an excellent buy opportunity. So I would like again on the modified shift here. So the modified shift was previous resistance here. Once we break it, it tends to turn to support. So right now I'm looking for any pullback we can get to the modified shift here. Either we're going to pull back now to 70K, or we're going to go up here to the original again. So we're going to go up to our target here at around 74, 75,000, and then we might pull back here. So we might do something like this, 74,000, come down to the shift one, to the modified shift before we continue higher. If you're not yet long, I'm still also looking to add to my long position. I would like to make this long position much bigger, so I'm looking for any pullback we can get, but it's kind of hard here since we're finally getting this big impulsive move to the upside as we've been talking about. So this is what I'm saying. Pay attention to the modified shift pitchfork here basically, and the original. So the original is our target here. It's a 99% chance we're gonna reach this one. Usually when price has been so for a long time inside a pitchfork, it tends to reach it. So pay attention to this area. Most likely we're gonna have a strong pullback from there, and then 95,000 is where we're gonna sell, and you want to enter at the modified shift. So whenever Bitcoin decides to pull back, look for any pullback you can get to the modified shift here to open a long. You might also find correlation again, just as we had from the past, from the lows here to the highs. So let's say we top somewhere here. If we get a pullback, this will be excellent correlation with the 0.31 here. So that's what I'm looking at right now. Thank you guys for being along for the ride. I'm really happy that analysis is turning out as we were expected. If you want to see more Bitcoin chart, make sure to join the Discord link below. You get access to all my Bitcoin charts here. You can see in the past where we basically posted this up. We call basically every resistance, every support. Back here a few weeks ago, I said 66,300 is a good area, and that was exactly back here when we had 66,300. We caught this low. We also posted this low back here. So if we scroll even higher here in the Discord, we can see We also caught the low back here at 62,000. So guys, if you're not long here, be careful, be aware of FOMO. I see a lot of people are foaming right now. Just need patience and wait for the next entry. I do believe very soon we're gonna break the all-time highs, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see some kind of fake out once we break the 73,000 area, coming up here to 75,000 before we're having a pullback. So I'm sure that we're gonna find some good entries here. So let's jump into the Bitcoin dominance. Also, people are asking me, what about alt season? Well, for right now, our outlook has been very simple. So we had from the lows here to the highs to the recent lows, and we used the modify shift. So I said, guys, as long as we can stay below this median line here, we can see a nice rejection how algorithms were switching into altcoins since this median line, and we got some nice rallies in altcoins. Nothing major, but we can see this pitchfork wasn't completely useless. But as soon as we broke above it, I said, guys, if we cannot hold this median line, we're most likely going to go between somewhere 61% and 62% Bitcoin dominance. And that's kind of what my outlook is still. And I still do believe, I'm sorry to say this, but I don't think the alt season, this bull market, is going to be as big as the previous bull market, because there are so many more altcoins in the game. So far, I still believe right now the juice is gonna flow into Bitcoin. So most of the money is going into Bitcoin. Once Bitcoin dominance hits this supply zone here, let's say around 60% or 61%, then I do believe we might see something like this, and altcoins might pull down here. Basically, Bitcoin dominance might pull down, and we can see money flowing into altcoins. But I'm not expecting some crazy life-changing money from altcoins like every other influencer is promising you guys, because this bull market is very different from previous bull markets. And as I said, institutions are here, and most of the money is going to flow into Bitcoin, in my opinion. So just watch out for that. But of course, guys, I'll keep you updated. Lastly, also the stock market here on the chart on the monthly. As I said, we still have 2 days left until the monthly close. So far, stock market looks very good. If we can close above the minus 0.236, it's going to be very bullish for Bitcoin as well, because this is going to invalidate this resistance, and the stock market is most likely going to follow this median line up here, which we believe also Bitcoin tends to follow the stock market. So we can see here Bitcoin in orange, stock market here, the candlesticks. So my outlook is this, that as long as the stock market can continue to slowly grind higher, reach 7,000, Bitcoin can enter this parabolic phase and catch up to the stock market. We can also see this pitchfork, how far I have drawn it all the way back from 1974. So if this median line in fact is going to get hit, I do expect a massive recession or a massive correction in the stock market. I wouldn't be surprised if we even come down here to the C90 lows. So the stock market could easily correct with over 50% in my opinion, and that's most likely where the bear market is going to start. So we need to pay attention to both the stock market and this massive pitchfork we're having here on Bitcoin on the weekly chart. Otherwise, guys, I thank you so much for watching. Make sure if you want to check out Blowfin, link down below, you get currently 10% deposit bonus for those who deposit, and you can win all of these prizes you see on the screen if you decide to trade on Blowfin. That's my personal favorite exchange. No KYC, you can trade on it basically from anywhere in the world. Also tonight, if you're inside the Discord, I'll choose a winner and send them 100 USDT if you have signed up with the link down below. Otherwise, guys, make sure to join the free Discord here. I'll post all my Bitcoin updates here, do a live stream tonight, and I'll see you there. Have a nice evening.